Greetings, guys, and welcome to another episode of CEO Chatter Live. I'm your hostess, the award-winning editor-in-chief of Swagger Magazine, Fancy. And today I have a special guest with us as we've been continuing our conversation with the Profit and Secure Her speakers. And so today, this is another one of the speakers, but also just we've been continuing a conversation about money. So I'm glad to have her with us today, especially as I'm going through the phases that I'm going through in life. And I hope that you all also are able to take away, some benefits of this interview to help further you along your financial journeys as well. So, just to tell you all, well, before I go into tell you all a little about her, don't forget if you're tuned in to please share the broadcast. And let me take 1 second and share it on my page as well, because I oftentimes forget. So while you all are sharing, I'll be sharing as well. And then you can always let us know where you're tuned in from in the comments. Give me. Okay, if I can get on. All right. Okay. So now let me introduce my guest for today. So Myrna Lainé-Hyppolite is the founder and chief financial empowerment partner at Empower Financial Wellness. She is a financial wellness coach and wealth strategist who helps powerhouse women executives turn their amazing income into their first million in net worth, even if they are new to investing in the stock market and are not financial pros, using her Millionaire Maven Methodology. She is an Ivy League graduate of Dartmouth College with both her bachelor's and master's degrees. Myrna has an extensive background in finance with close to 30 years of experience in various industries like investment banking, financial planning, corporate finance, and private equity. Coming out of her financial breakthrough coaching program, her clients end up with higher savings, investments, and are on their way to building their first million in net worth. She provides them with an organized and simple way to manage and grow their wealth. Myrna also takes pride in helping her clients elevate their money game and become the money rock stars they were meant to be. So, without further ado, let me bring Myrna in.
Hello, hello.
Greetings. How are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. I'm doing quite well on this Monday.
Yeah, it is a Monday, huh? I mean, it seems like it's one of the hardest Mondays I've had to endure in a while, but we are pushing through it, so we're gonna keep it moving. So, my first question I love to ask all my guests because I feel like it tells them, well, tells us so much about you all. How would you describe your swagger? What makes Myrna Myrna?
How would I describe my swagger?
Yes. What makes you you?
What makes me me is that my ability to communicate financial information in a streamlined way, something that makes sense, easy to digest. So that's really what I'm all about, making sure that educating women about their money and making sure that you get your money house in order. Because I firmly believe that if your money house is not in order, the rest of your house is not going to be in order. So
And that
that's my
makes a lot of
swagger.
sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, just out of curiosity, would you say? I mean, I know you work within the financial sector, but like for me, I work within, I work within media, reading, all of that stuff. So I'm more of a words girl. Would you say that you're more of a numbers girl? Because it seems like you jump straight to facts. I'm just curious. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I know that when you spoke during the Prophet and Secure Her conference, you mentioned that your family is from the islands, and I was curious to know where you all are from originally.
We're from Haiti. And
Oh,
so
okay.
I was born in New York. And then when I was 6, my parents decided, hey, I want to come back to this, I want to go back to my country. So I grew up there essentially.
Okay, that's cool. I when I first moved to Louisiana, my boss was Haitian, and that was my first time because I'm originally from Mississippi, so we didn't really have a lot of people from other places in my little small town. And I remember like he made this, it was so good, like this pepper type of gravy. I noticed that you all seem to cook with more pepper than like salt, which is what I'm more accustomed to within the South. But it was really good. So that's cool. So, you attended Dartmouth. Were you a finance major there, or did something happen along the way? Like, what sparked your interest in finance?
I actually went at Dartmouth. I essentially did a double major. So I majored in sociology and economics, but also had a major in French. So it was a double major there. But really, what prompted me was my first job out of school was as a mutual fund accountant. And essentially, those are the people that process the prices of the mutual funds at the end of the night. And I always wanted to know, hey, what goes into the investment decision making process? So I really didn't know, what I was going to do with that. But essentially, after I started my first job, I wanted to know more about investing. And so I went to business school full time, also back at Dartmouth, and then got my MBA and became an equity research analyst. And those are the people that pour over the financial statements that tell the investors, hey, here's what you should be investing in.
Wow. So it sounds like, early on you were kind of on path for what it is that you're doing today, and I think that that's really amazing. Even though you didn't initially know what you were going to do after that first job, but just for that to even have been, the job that you came about, I think that's really cool. So um it seems like you have moved around the industry quite a bit. What sector do you enjoy the most and why?
I think I enjoy what I'm doing now the most, which is one, doing the financial coaching, and two, also looking at my full time job is I work as senior VP of a network of charter schools. And we have schools, about 90 schools across 5 states, Louisiana being one of them. So I do enjoy that because we really focus on helping kids and making sure that, hey, the budget's right so that those kids can get the maximum resources.
Wow. Okay. And so, excuse me. So, tell us about Empower Financial Wellness, your company.
Okay, well, Empower Financial Wellness, I founded that because I found that I was working with a lot of women, right? And women who didn't necessarily understand what it meant to manage their money, or who ended up being in unions with their partners, not watching where the money was. And then the love of their life becomes their worst nemesis. And then they got nothing to show for at the end of 20, 25 years. So I wanted to found a company because I felt called to empower, educate, and encourage women, and to help them understand that we as women are tend to be actually better investors when it comes to like stock market investing than men. We're good managers of our money. So I wanted to essentially found this company so that I can help women, encourage them on the path to building wealth, and help them understand that anything and all available opportunities to wealth are available to us.
Wow. It's funny that you said that because it seems like I've always heard men say, like, oh, women don't know how to handle money, or don't know how to manage money. And then here you are saying that we're actually better at it. It actually gives me more of a peace of mind about how I manage money, because I've oftentimes felt like I was doing a pretty good job, but and then just thinking about how men oftentimes don't even look at the prices of things, so so now that you're saying that, it's like everything kind of coming full circle. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute now. But that makes a lot of sense. So, can you share more about your Millionaire Maven methodology and how it has helped powerhouse women executives transform their income into their first million in net worth?
So it's really all about keeping things simple. A lot of times people think, oh, to be a millionaire, you've got to have a whole boatload of money. You got to make things complicated. You have to have all the best tax strategies. Part of being a millionaire is keeping it simple and really keeping it to the basics. And so what I've done is essentially help, my clients look at everything from one, finding their own money, right? You don't want to be in a situation where, in order to generate more money, you got to go take 3, 4, 5 jobs, or you have to go out there and make more income from your business. You want to be in a situation where you can find your own money and maximize the money that you have and stretch that money. So I help my clients do that, and that's part of the methodology, but also developing the right tools when it comes to managing your income and your expenses. I don't want to call it a budget, but some people consider that a 4 letter word, so we're not going to go there. So you want to be able to manage your money coming in and the money coming out in the best optimal way, and develop a savings plan that maximizes the money. As we talked about during the conference, having a savings plan is important because that gives you the baseline to build your wealth. And once you have that baseline, then you can invest, because then when you're investing, you can 5 times the amount of money that you have, you can 5x that amount of money. So investing is very important. So through investing and through formulating debt repayment plans, having them find their own money, then all of that consolidated gives me the methodology that helps my clients increase their net worth by the end of the process. And I also give them a wealth management blueprint, which says, okay, here's all the things that we've covered, and here's what you still need to work on. So you have a roadmap so that you can maximize your money. And that's essentially the methodology.
So how long do they typically work with you? I mean, like, is it for a set amount of time, or is it kind of like until they get to a position where they can take it on their own?
I have a 90-day group coaching program. So that's one program where they can go through this whole gamut that we just talked about. So that's most common. And then some clients choose to keep working with me for an additional 3 to 6 months. And then I have shorter programs, which is strictly focused on investing. So I'm going to be starting a new cohort tomorrow, as a matter of fact, that I'm taking registrations for through till next Tuesday, which is an investing 101. If you wanted to learn about the stock market, the basics, take it from ground zero, and then have you making your own investments by the end of the 6-week program, then that's where we're going to start. Because right now the stock market's going up. So if you're not in the game, you're not going to make that money. So I help people learn how to best utilize the stock market.
And also, I know, of course, that you do typically work with women, but are men able to take part in these classes? I asked that for a reason, but just out of curiosity.
Yes, men are able to take part in the classes. A lot of times they come with their wives. So the wife says, we need to do this. And so they come as a couple, but I do also have some individual male clients. But most of the male clients that I have come with their wives, and they tend to be couples.
Okay. Just curious. So my brother has been like, he's really interested in learning more about the stock market. I don't think I'm quite ready for it yet. But with you saying that, I'm like, hey, this might be something I can tell him about, how he can get started. So I will definitely be passing that information along to him. So, what are the key principles or strategies that you employ in your coaching?
Well, key strategies is all about money mindset is number one, because if you don't believe that you can go out there and get that money, you're not gonna be successful. So that's one of the things that we start off first, working on the mindset, working on the belief. And then as I show them, hey, here are the things that you can do, and they start to see improvements in their overall money, then that builds confidence. And that's, a major way to shift the whole trajectory of your finances, is by thinking first and foremost that you can actually do this.
That makes a lot of sense. So building wealth and achieving financial empowerment can be daunting for individuals new to investing in the stock market or lacking financial expertise. Well, I think you may have just actually answered this one, because I was going to ask, how do you approach clients who may feel overwhelmed or uncertain about making financial decisions?
Well, you give them the confidence. They have to have the confidence and show them that they can do the actual and take the actual steps and make those changes.
Right. So more of a see, show, do thing. Okay. And so, do you have any? Well, you mentioned that your cohort is coming up next week, but you're accepting registration for it now. Um, could you drop the link for that, or is there a link, or is there a text number or something that we can share with the audience?
Yes, there is a link to that, which is let me do that real quick.
You can drop it in a private chat, and then I can drop it in the comments. That way, when people are watching, they can actually click on it. And while you're doing
I
that,
have
let
that.
me
While
give
I'm
the.
doing that, I also go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
I was going to say that I am gifting a copy of my free checklist, which is 5 mistakes that powerhouse women make that stop them from making $1 million. And if they text the word power, POWER, to 754-714-4002, they'll be able to get that checklist for free.
Okay. And let me also just drop it on in. Um, 754 4002. Okay. So y'all can see that in the comments and be able to get that checklist, because I'm certain that that's, to me, I don't know. I'm kind of going through a money shift type of phase or something. And I'm just trying to educate myself more about all things pertaining to money. So I will be texting the number for that checklist. I'm sorry I missed the class last week that you had. I was so drained from the conference. But I greatly appreciate you all for attending and participating. And we've been receiving some great feedback from the attendees. A lot of people came and watched the replays, so that's been a good thing. But is there anything else that you like to share about upcoming events or ways that they can work with you? I also have your banner to be running as well.
Perfect. And then I do have a master class coming up, which is essentially all about the 3 secrets to cracking the wealth code, fast track your money growth. That's coming up on August 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if anybody's interested in that, that's also another opportunity to come and learn 3 quick practical ways to increase your money.
Okay. And y'all, I'm gonna also this is the I'm gonna drop it in the comments for the cheat codes. 1 second, so you all can also be able to click on that since it'll be hyperlinked. But it's thank you for this, Myrna. This has been very informative. And is there anything else you want to say or share before we wrap up?
I am. I can be reached on Facebook. Facebook is my main area under my name as it's spelled here, and so that's the major area where I put most of my announcements. But I also have a free Facebook group, which is uh, really just for women, and it's a safe space where you can come in and ask your questions and not feel like ashamed for anything that you've done, and come learn um, a thing or two. And I go live in there every week, or I have collaborations. So I'm going to put that also in the chat. So it's a free Facebook group, and it's only women in there, and we have a good time.
All right, that sounds good. And also, guys, for our audio listeners, because of course this will be uploaded to the podcasting platforms, so you guys can follow Myrna on Instagram at Empower Financial Wellness. That's her company. Everything is spelled as is Empower, EMPOWER Financial, FINANCIAL Wellness, WELLNESS. And that's also her website, empowerfinancialwellness.com. So you all can find her there. And then for the for the codes that she mentioned, the cheat codes, that website is www.wealthcodes.com. I'm just going to show it on the screen just in case. There is a hyphen between wealth and codes. So it's www.wealth-codes.com. And then the Facebook group is facebook.com forward slash backslash. I always get those confused, groups. But the main and most important part is this finance for women, and the number 4 is there instead of the word for. So FINANCE number 4 WOMEN. So you guys can check out Myrna in all those places, as well as if you're interested in a cohort, like she said, that's going to be starting next week. So I would suggest that you all go ahead and text the number today so that you can be a part of that. And thank you so much, Myrna, for joining me. This has been, as I said, very informative. I'm just like soaking up all the money knowledge that I possibly can. Hopefully one day I'm going to be able to return to you all and be like, hey, I'm a millionaire. I used this step that you suggested and that step. And I'm definitely going to, in time, I know, be reaching back out myself, because I will be ready for the stock market, I think, in a little while. I'm just not quite there yet. But thank you.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead on and let Myrna go. And then I would also like to remind you all that we are selling advertisement for our issue, as well as, I'm trying to stop these, selling features for the upcoming issue. And this issue was actually inspired by the Profit and Secure Her virtual conference. So we're still kind of going along the lines of money and finance, and we have some exciting features to include and share with you all. And then, of course, this is an opportunity for you all to be able to participate in as well. So thank you all for tuning in. I will be back next Monday with another guest. I think this concludes all of the Profit and Secure Her speakers and sponsors, but if not, then we may have one more left. I hope that you all enjoyed the interview, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Peace and blessings.